What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing tonight? It's a Monday. I'm waiting on YouTube to uh, get going. It's being YouTube being slow. There we go. Okay, never mind. It's already taken care of. I gotta make sure I have it muted and everything. That way I don't get the feedback and everything. I'm just gonna wait a little bit till everybody wants to show up. I know I got Crystal. She's in the basement right now. She's busy. I'm waiting on. Shut up. Right now, I'm waiting on someone else to show up. Oh, come on, please. So we can do some talking. What's up, David? How you doing tonight? Appreciate you being here. Oh, shut up. Oh, yeah, my first cup of coffee for the day, believe it or not. Got up this morning and I was like, "Arr," and I didn't even feel like getting up to get coffee made. But Crystal, she's in there in the kitchen. I'm gonna bring her back up. Yeah, she's in there. And yes, I know I got to work on that ceiling and everything. Yeah, she's getting dinner all made.
Got one more thing to do, and then I throw it in the oven, and we're ready. Hi, David. So you're going to look at the ugly ceiling again.
Yeah, yeah. That ceiling there, that one of
Tater tot.
yep. But no, I the roof had been leaking for a while, and that's actually the add-on for the house. Actually, where Russell's standing, that used to be the back porch of the house. And was needing a roof and everything put on. Didn't have the finances. And it's like just had to, suffer and fix what I could. And then finally, about a year and a half ago, finances, finally came through and got a new roof. So now it's just the ceiling where it's got the water tank.
What you are on my Yarny, on some of my Yarny channels.
Do what?
You've been upgraded, remember?
How's that? Oh.
What do they call you?
I know, they call me hubby. I know.
And no, I didn't start it. They did.
I know. But yeah, it's some other work. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on that house. I mean, the kitchen needs to get remodeled. Um, yeah, amongst several other things. But things like that is just going to have to wait until the finances come around and be able to get it done.
I know, honey.
I know. Because
Just a minute, baby.
Rock right there fall down.
Well, I got somebody in here wagging her tail, so I think we may go traveling outside.
Ah. Well, I know that I went up looking, and 40 people wound up watching that video on the push mower.
All right, I'm going to take camera off and take her out. So I'll hear you outside, but I won't be enough to echo. All right?
All right. Not a problem. All right, well, it shows I got 7 people watching, so besides David. Oh, hey, John. How you doing? Appreciate you being here.
Hi, John. Oh.
Yep.
So, no. All right, 1 second.
Yeah, not only do I hear her on the through the computer, I can hear her outside.
Yeah, so put my picture down in the basement because you're on top of the ice box.
Yeah, I know. I'm putting her down in the basement. Oh.
And I'll just come out to the garage and say hi.
Yep. Might easier.
Hi. He's a girl. That's
Yep.
a girl.
Yep. Girl Scout.
Okay, now, hey, pet me. That's her pet me face.
Yeah, she's wanting some attention.
Yeah. She's only about 12 pounds and foot and a half high.
Maybe.
Something like that.
Yep.
All right, come on.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go in, shut down my phone, and hop on the old laptop.
Okay.
So since you can only do 6 people, I don't have to worry about the processor.
True, and I'm not planning on going anything over that.
Yeah. And I'm starting to hook, and I'm going to be hooking away on that
blanket.
Ugly ass granny squirt.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to work on that or the pink one. But we got about 20 minutes because we got to wait on the tater tots.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. Go, 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 go.
So, John, what have you been up to? Hey, Kid John. You tired? What are you tired for? By the time you're waking up from your normal nap? Yeah, right now I'm waiting on someone to show up so we can be doing some talking. And right now, yeah, I tell you right now, it's Jeff. It's Dinner Tools, the bear, and we're gonna be doing some talking and everything. Hey, John, did you see the video I did put out yesterday of that new Cobalt 24 volt push mower I bought? I'm gonna be enjoying that thing. Hey, William. But yeah, I mean that. I've been thinking about getting that push mower for a while, and it's like, yeah, I've got to get it because I mean, with everything that's about it, I mean, for one thing, when Lowe's was doing that sale back in November and December, where you bought the two 4 amp hour batteries with a fast charger for 149, you had all these different tools you could get for free. Hey Briggs, how you doing? So I wound up, what was it, about 3 or 4 of them I wound up getting. I got the grinder, I got the angle drill, and I got the planer. What else was it I got? I don't remember what else it was I wound up buying. But anyways, I wound up, with all the batteries and everything. Like I said, I'm so heavily invested in the. I got the ratchet. That was it. I knew there was something. But with all that, like I said, with all the 24 volt batteries I've got, yeah, I can. That's hard to do, John. Walk into Lowe's and not buy anything, yeah, that's difficult. It's like me walking into Harbor Freight going, ooh, ooh, ooh. Which right now I've got my eyes on something. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to get it down. What's up, Breezy? How you doing? But But now with that push mower, with the price of the batteries and everything, I mean, you get, what was it? You can get a 2-pack of the just the 2 batteries, okay? 4 amp hour batteries is $99, okay? Um, ah, that's why. Um, but no, the simple fact is that I do have that 80-volt Cobalt push mower. The drawback to that one is batteries are $189 for one. And I'm going, for what it costs to keep buying batteries for that one. Yeah, it's a good one. It with as many of the tools, these the 24-volt tools, I've got plenty of batteries. I don't need to go out buying more of the 80-volt, and I don't see much where they're going. It's going to be come in handy. I mean, I do have the. Oh, did you? Black and Decker. But no, it's just I'd rather stick to the 24-volt system because that's what I've got most of everything. So why not? What's up, Anthony? Yeah, you can get one. Actually, you can get them cheaper than that. The only problem is with the gas and everything. Um, you always got to, you know, mess with the carburetor every single year. I mean, on that, like that red mower I've got, I've already had to spend almost $200 for another carburetor, and I think that was mainly because the carburetor from the factory was all messed up. That's only to me that's the only drawback on a gas powered is that something can go wrong, mechanically on it. You've got so much more stuff. Yeah, William, I did see that. I will consider it. It's just the fact that some things that have come up on the channel. That's why there were several people that had their wrenches taken away. Because I found out about something, and I have a feeling that that's where some of it came from. So I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. I will consider that. It's just the fact that, like I said, I need to. I'm doing some evaluation on everything right now. And like I said, with some of the things that have happened in the last month and a half, I've got I've got to look out for myself. I mean, it's my channel. I've got to watch out. You know, but I'll take it in consideration. That I will. I'll think about it. But like I said, I've just got to be able to look out for myself. That way, I'm protected and everything. And it's just the fact is that some people that I know that has mods, I think some of them had turned on me, and that's what started off a bunch of the stuff that I didn't know about that was going on. So, yeah. And I'm not going to get into it as far as what all happened, but let's just say some things were said, things were done, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Just got to move on, keep going. And I even had to take some videos down because some of the stuff that was going on. Just things were said to me, but that's it. I'm not going to say what it was or by who. So, and like I said, I'm just waiting on someone to get here. Waiting on the bear. Yeah, that I will, agree on. But yeah, like I say, it's just the fact is that I don't need that. I don't need drama. I don't want it on the channel. All right, so Anthony, got a question for you. Actually, I'm going to have a couple of questions for you. Have you got that magic 8-ball with you? And I got a question for it, actually. Yeah, something I'm just curious about now. Hey, we got Twisted V Twin in the house. I guess, Mark. Oh, we got both of them. What's up, Tommy? But yeah, I got a good question for the Magic 8-ball. If you're still out there, William. I mean, Anthony. I don't know why I said. Been a long day. Okay, sorry about that. Ah, okay. Not a problem. Well, make sure you have it with you Wednesday. Okay, you show up Wednesday. Make sure you got it with you. Now that is if I can remember what my question is going to be. I don't know. My yeah, like I said, I got a good question for it. Now I don't know if anybody here wound up watching Polar Bear Ed last night. But he had of course, Mark and Sandy from Twisted on there. And I tell you that what Mark wound up doing, that was very, very generous. I know that Ed had been, for several weeks, been working on the V twin engine, and he kept going. Well, I'm over here working on Mark's engine for the pulling tractor. And he was showing all the different things he was doing to it. And then last night, it was just, Mark, Sandy, and Ed up on panel. I mean, everybody else was down in the basement. And they were talking about all, different things throughout the years. And I'll try, Anthony. You might have to remind me. But it was very nice and generous that, that Mark had, gave that engine, to Ed. And there he is. There's Graybeard. No longer Beard.
Some people think they're jokers. What's going on?
Not much. Okay, so have you heard anything else on the go?
Yeah, so I reached out to some of my other contacts, people I haven't talked to in a while, who are higher up, and they said that they've not heard a lot of exact details, but because it was one of the closed projects. In other words, if you weren't on that project, you weren't allowed in the room, kind of thing. Okay. And so and I've told you about the pictures I've seen and stuff in the past, but the only thing I heard is from my previous contact, I heard May 1st. The guy I was talking to yesterday is telling me that he doesn't think they're going to hit those dates, and that it's going to be later in May.
Okay.
Now I know you've got people saying it's going to be mid-April, and that could very much be the case, because that's the thing with Harbor Freight. Every one of these groups, they act independently, but then you also
Right.
have to take into account the whole issue we have right now with logistics and shipping and getting stuff in stores. So if I got one guy saying April, another one saying it may not hit April, I don't know if I would bet on the fact that it's going to land in April.
Okay. Yeah, because I sent you a link on that one video I watched, and someone was already showing the pictures, already giving a SKU number,
Yeah.
and of
So
course now I've gone and now that SKU number is not coming up with anything.
no. So Harbor Freight had accidentally posted it to the website, and a bunch of people did screen grabs and stuff and got that information.
Okay.
So that was
Now,
accidentally from them. They've since taken it down, and they learned from me because I was the one back in the day who was able to go kind of backdoor through their system and get access to SKUs. So now they don't enter a SKU number into the system until it is ready to be sold.
okay. Well, then how are they coming up with that SKU number for that? Because that was
Because it was
on the
on
picture,
the website when they did the product page. The SKU number is
right?
part of the details.
Okay. Now I do know that from what they're saying is it's a Ducar block. Now, what that is, I've never heard of them and everything. But I mean, the guy was giving out the details like what you and I had talked about.
Yeah.
Um, and one of the things that uh, he's shown a picture of, now he showed it on a racing go kart,
Yes.
but the intake manifold is different. Instead of coming straight out like normal, this one was sitting there and it kind of curved to the back. So, and that
Well, I can
was
tell you, I haven't seen that picture, so I don't know what to say about that.
okay. But yeah, I've seen that one. Um, and a few of the other things I never talking about. Yeah, how, and it does show to be, and I'll agree with what the guy says. Probably a 20 millimeter Mikuni style carburetor, which is a
Yep.
slide, because that's the picture and everything that was shown of it. Of course, they say you have to buy your own air filter for it. Now, they weren't saying exactly what kind of exhaust system was being used on it. So that's something else. I guess you're going to have to come up with your own exhaust, however you want it. Yeah, I got the train going through right now.
Yeah, that's all right. It happens.
Or as I like to say, shut up, Ed.
Hold on. We got a special guest. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
Doing pretty good. So, how
Yeah.
many cars are you getting destroyed at school?
Not much right now. We have I think 2 or 3 shop cars that we're working on right now. But
So, what are you
it's pretty
doing to
fun.
them?
What?
So, what are you doing to them?
Checking coolant. We're doing a couple tire things, like replacing and moving tires on them. We're doing tire machine races soon coming up. We just went to the NHRA drag races, which was pretty cool. So, yeah.
Okay, so y'all don't get that involved in automotive work like what I did back in high school.
Not much,
Because
but it's still some automotive work, but it's not like really in depth because I'm still in level 1. But next year, level 2, and then year after that I'll be in level 3, and that's when I get into more of hands-on automotive work instead of just running the job.
Right, because I know that when I was back in high school, for me, we would actually get in, bring a vehicle in, and we would actually swap out engines.
Yeah, no, we're not there yet, but we're just doing basic stuff like changing oil. Like some of the kids have never changed a tire, so we're just doing the
Really?
basic. Yeah.
So that ought to be fun to watch. Someone's never changed one.
Yeah, it's pretty funny sometimes.
Well, good luck on all that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
He's off for a bike ride, so we'll let him go.
Okay.
No. So anyway, as far as the exhaust and stuff like that, I've heard absolutely nothing about the exhaust. So I have heard that it's about the carb, and I think you're right about the style and everything on the carb on that. I'm trying to remember. Somebody did tell me the horsepower, and now I can't remember it.
I don't think that was ever mentioned.
No, somebody I talked to. Let me check my notes real quick.
Okay.
Go back through my email.
So where's Mrs. DeBear at?
Oh, she and the girls are off shopping. They got Griffin too, so.
Oh boy, I feel sorry for him.
All right, so displacement 212 cc. We all knew that. Max output 6,000 RPM. Shaft is a 1/4 inch by 2.42 inch. Keyway 3/16 inch. End tapped 5/16 by 24 UNF. And that's the last details I got on it.
Okay, so they're not putting as far as what kind of horsepower and torque and everything.
No, I thought somebody else had told me the horsepower, but I think I asked them and they didn't get back to me.
Right. Well, we already know that the standard 212 is putting out, was it 6.5 horse? Yeah, the standard 212 is 6.5, and then the new 224 is 6.6. Now I do know that was it Cars and Cameras, Redbeard's Garage, and a couple of the others. You know, they take those 212s, and they're getting them to where they're right around 20 horses.
Jeez.
Yeah. Actually, they get anywhere from 15 to 20 horses out of them. But you gotta consider they are putting bigger valves in them. They're going heavier duty valve springs. They've got the Mikuni carburetor on them, which is bigger than the stock one. They got the open header. They're doing the billet rod. They are doing quite a bit.
Well, you also have to remember, and just like with anything mechanical, if you got enough money to throw at it, there's always a solution for more horsepower. So the question is, how much are they spending? What's your dollar per horse on something like that?
Right. You know, I always, I know I've mentioned it on your stream and everything. You know, it reminds me of the movie Mad Max when, they were there at the junkyard and everything. And the guy says, speed's amount of money. How fast do you want to go?
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And like you said, it's like, how deep is your pocket and how much horsepower do you want? I mean, it's like going out, me taking my little Dodge Caliber stock and everything and trying to go heads up against one of the top fuel guys. I'm going to get my butt kicked big time.
Yep.
Because we're talking, maybe a couple of hundred of horses going up against 10,000.
That's why I always like those the rally races they do where, at the end of the race, anybody could buy your car for a set amount. So you're always challenged to not put too much into your car because someone will buy it out from underneath you.
Right. But yeah, I mean, see, that's something I would still like to see. I would like to have an actual breakdown of everything they are doing to this engine. because I do know it's supposed to be governor delete, which I'm going. That's the first thing that all the guys do. Like I said, first thing they'll do is they'll take the governor out, and second thing is get rid of low oil level.
Yep.
So, and that was something I'm curious, did they even do that on the Ghost? Because I haven't heard that yet. What's
well,
up, Renegade?
The other question is, are they, depending on the states where they're selling these and such, what kind of compliance issues are they going to have? Do they have to have these things in certain areas? Because if they do, if like one state has it, it might be a case where they have to leave it on there because the cost of manufacturing to change it per state would be prohibitive.
Right. Now, one thing that they are saying, it is a race-ready engine. It's not designed for on-road. It's off-road only.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, I can understand that. But
which
like
means
I said,
it shouldn't. They're not going to have like standard emissions issues and stuff. They shouldn't. But then people like me, I've lived in California and I know the stupid kind of laws they can pass. And I haven't looked at every 50 states, but between California, Illinois, and the Northeast, who knows what other issues are out there.
Right. Now, one other thing that I've heard is they're supposed to have a not the standard style coil on it, but it is going to be kind of a rev limiting style coil. So you're going to be limited on how many RPMs you can turn it.
Yeah.
So what that is, I don't know. All right, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I guess that's my show now, people. Let's see what's going on in the chat, man. Let's go over here. Oh my gosh, Renegade's Garage. He's late. Internet decided to stop working. I was having a hard time logging into the internet. I don't know about you all. Another reason why I'm out here. And then StreamYard did not want to let my login work. I was going in circles. It was ridiculous. Anyway, it's hard to complain when you're sitting outside on a nice day. We got a little bit of cloud cover here, so I'm not getting sunburned again. Hey, Williams, how you doing? Yeah, my show now. So what tools we want to talk about? I was thinking, do we got anything new here? No. I could rep my new sponsor, Heatwaves. Any of you heard of Heatwaves before this? I'd never heard of them, but my son got into this whole off-road racing thing, and now everyone he knows wears them. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you are sporting those glasses you were talking about in today's video.
Well, I love them because they sent them to me, and they're all Z87 rated, so I don't even have to think about it. All my glasses now I have around that pickup for everything are all safety glasses. So if I want to go out and do some plinking or work under the truck or whatever it is I'm doing, I don't have to switch out my glasses.
Now, do they have them in clear that way?
Yeah, I got the same style in clear, and this has got the side shields on it.
Okay.
And then we also got, and they have all sorts of lenses. They've got like the reflective chromatic ones. They've got polarized, non-polarized, and then the high contrast. I like these. Really makes things pop.
Yep. Those look nice.
Yeah,
I know that, like I said, I know you were talking about them on Deals of the Week and everything video. And, I mean, even last night on the stream. So, yeah, I might have to, well, I don't know. I mean, would they fit over regular glasses?
I don't think so. One of the guys here at the RV park asked about him, and he wears prescriptions, so he asked about it. But I think they do come in. You can get prescription lenses.
Okay, because I wear glasses. They are prescription.
Yeah.
And luckily for me, where I work at now, we do have to wear safety glasses. But luckily for me, my boss, say how nice he is, he actually pays for prescription safety lenses.
That's nice.
Yeah, so all I have to do is, like the last time, all I had to do is go and pay for the eye exam. I took the prescription over to Walmart, and they took care of it there. So they paid for the lenses and the frames, which the frames weren't that much anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he does something like that, I think every couple years for me. So like I said, I can't. That's another reason why I can't complain about where I work at. I mean, no, we don't have insurance, for health and stuff like that, but there's other benefits that go along with it.
Yeah. And if you get into a place and they treat you right and they got your back, at some point you got to sit there and go, the benefits outweigh, moving around and stuff. I jumped around
Right.
a lot in my up until the end when I found a place. I could have gone a lot further, but they took care of you and they were good people, so it was a pleasure.
Yeah. I mean, and for me, I'm 1.8 miles away from work, and that's one way, 1.8 miles. That's all I drive. Yeah. So, no, I
hey,
don't. No, I
real
don't,
quick,
sweetie. I don't want a job hunt.
real quick, I want to if you don't mind, want to give a shout out to another channel. Have you heard of JB's Reviews?
No, I haven't.
He does truck reviews. They're full-time RVers. I think he does like transport or something. Anyway, he's got a channel. He's got about 30,000 subscribers. He just
Wow.
lost his job today because
Ooh.
his boss found out he does YouTube, and they don't want. He's got one of those jobs where they don't want you having a second job, and so they let him go. No notice, anything. Called him up, said
Oh.
you're. So if you get a chance, head over to his channel, give him a thumbs up, let him know you're pulling for him. He's going to try doing the full-time YouTube thing. So, I'm just wishing him the best.
Right. Ooh, man, I hate hearing something like that happen to somebody. I mean, just because doing YouTube, I don't see that being an actual job. If like for me, I'm doing YouTube, but I've got a full-time job that pays the bills. I'm
Yeah.
doing YouTube to have fun, to interact with people, to learn stuff, find out about stuff, pass on information, tricks like hanging LED lights. Because I remember the first time when I put up one of those LED lights, you're going, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, damn, that's a smart idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Well, and the other thing in today's economy, how many of you out there don't have some sort of little side gig where you're hustling, you're making a few extra bucks to make ends meet, and they're going to penalize this dude for just in his own time, not on company, his own time getting this stuff done. And anyway, I know there's companies out there that do that. I've never thought it was right, but
right,
it's their business.
So he's monetized and everything. So I mean, how much is he getting, say, off of YouTube for doing that?
Well, I don't mind talking about how much I make. I don't like usually disclosing how much other people make, but he's got about 30,000 subscribers. He's right where I was when I walked away from what I was doing in the tech industry. But I'd also just sold my house and put $150,000 in the bank in cash, so I had a little bit of a buffer. I don't know what he's sitting on or where he's at, and my family did the same thing. We were, because right now he's doing full time with his family in a fifth wheel. We had bought a Class A and sold our house and moved into the Class A. So I don't know. It's going to be tight for him. I can tell you that. It's not. He's not at that point where it's just like an easy, smooth transition. It's going to be, all right. We're having cornbread again for dinner tonight, and
Right.
and
William,
maybe
William was asking, what was the channel name again?
JB, like the letters J and B, space reviews.
Okay. All right. Who sent me a text? Yes, I know. Crystal was just sending me a text. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm trying to watch my chat and everything. But man, like I said, that I don't like that. I mean, I don't see why they would want to penalize them for that.
Yeah. Hey, Chef Tree, how's it going?
Yep. Yep. There's Scott. He's in here. All right. So as far as on the ghost, like I said,
Yep.
I have seen pictures, of it. Like I said, on an actual racing go kart.
Yep. Now, can you tell? Was it in a shop? Was it in a parking lot, or was it on a track?
It kind of looked like it was on a track.
Okay, so those might be different pictures than I saw, because the ones I saw, it was in the shop, and the other ones I saw were in like the parking lot at Harbor Freight's office. Speaking of which, Harbor Freight's building a brand new, just ginormous development facility and testing facility. So they're going to be doing even more in-house development.
Really? What's up,
Yeah.
Jungle Bob? Now, one thing I've heard is that they're supposed to be having a couple more V-twin Predators coming out. And, of course, I've got that 708. Of course, they've already got that clearanced out. You can't find those anymore.
Yeah.
And, of course, they still carrying the 670, okay? But from what I heard last year is that they're supposed to be coming out with 2, and they're supposed to be around the 750 cc mark. And you have option either a horizontal or vertical shaft.
Now, if they would just do an 1100, just jump straight to the 1100, so I could throw it in a side-by-side and we could race Baja. That's what I want to see.
Well, there's a company out there, Duramax.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they actually have a 999 V-twin, and it's already out there. Price wise, I don't know how much. It is electric start. Now, here's the only thing: instead of a mechanical throttle body, it actually has an electrical. You actually have a little dial that controls your speed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how much time is going to be before someone actually comes out with something to totally bypass that and have an actual mechanical carburetor? I'd give them maybe 2 or 3 more months.
I don't know. Is there a way you could hack it so you could just control electronically?
Well, I mean, it is controlled electronically.
I know. So if I could do a drive-by wire system, then for the throttle at least.
That's possible. I mean, I wouldn't put it past someone that's coming up with that already, because they've already got that in the works. The reason I know on that one is Redbeard's Garage. Din. Yep.
Yes.
But
What'd you do?
I have no idea what button got pushed. Hey,
Well,
Casey.
Push some
I know.
buttons. Hi, Casey. Hi, Jeff.
Hey.
But yeah, it was Redbeard's Garage, and he actually
Definitely gotta cut that paint out.
Yeah. He was actually showing it, and they started it all up and everything. It's a nice little blue color too. But I mean, on the very front, it's got the little dial. Now it does have a digital readout for RPMs.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That would be really cool because any kind of sensor in there, that means I could run it to a remote thing. Like if I wanted to, throw it on something else and be able to have a display.
right. So I mean, there's an option for you there. But like I said, I do know that. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking he was saying they're about $1,800.
That's
So
not terrible.
no, not really. I mean, a little bit out of my price range right now because I've got my eye on something, especially with what Harbor Freight's doing. I'd mentioned about how they've got the 56-inch U.S. General toolbox, the bottom for $7.99 with the coupon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got an email today that Harbor Freight, they're doing double reward points. Do they put a limit on how many points you can get or how much you can spend?
Wait, double reward points on what?
For if you're a Harbor Freight credit card member.
Oh, see, I okay, credit cards. I don't know about. I don't think they do put a limit. They want you to spend as much as you can.
Because I'm going, let's say, usually for the way it works is for every dollar you spend, you get 5 points.
Yeah.
And once you hit 500 points, it turns into $5. I'm going, they're doing double, so that would be 10 for every dollar you spend, you get 10 points. And I'm looking at about $860. That's about 8,600 points.
Yep.
And if you divide that by 5 or 500, it's like, what do we figure, about 17 times 5? That's about, what, about 400 and Harbor Freight bucks? That toolbox would just about be paid off or paid for itself.
I think there's some wonky math there somewhere.
Yeah, I know it's late in the day. But still, I mean,
yeah, I have a rule. I don't do math in my head. I've screwed up way too many times. People I work with or work for me have screwed up. We're like, I want to see it on paper or tell me you did it with a calculator.
Right. Okay. Now, as something else dealing with Harbor Freight. I don't know if you had a chance to talk to them more about the new end locker.
No, I have not. The guy I got, the main contact he's like, he gets me some information and then that's it. Basically, he doesn't know how to dig, or maybe doesn't want to. I don't know what the situation is, but I did have a conversation with somebody else on a different, like I think it was a Reddit board or something, and he was bringing up the fact that he was asking what those points were for, and people were trying to have a conversation there, and we basically came up with the same kind of conclusion of it ain't for painting.
No, because to me, like I said, this one here, same size. It doesn't have the holes in the top.
Yep.
They got that one painted. No problem. They've had, and how many years was that one in production?
Oh my gosh, probably longer than my kids were alive.
So and it's like, did you gonna tell me with the new one you're gonna come up with a new way of painting it just because you've got a new one out? Something smells fishy on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I'm not buying that. I mean, yeah, they have up the price about $60 on it, but like I said, after looking at the new one, I can understand because they did put better reinforcement on the side where it would attach to the bottom box. which I heard, that was one of the problems that people complained about.
Yep.
Okay, I can agree to that. But the one thing I do like is the fact is that they do have it set up to where not only do you hang it on the side, but there are already 4 holes on the side, on each side, where you actually bolt it to the toolbox also. So that would give, more support. And going, to me, if it's bolted down, okay, you're having better support there. You got that clamping force, not only 2 at the top, but 2 at the bottom. And it's going straight into the bottom box itself.
Well, I would have preferred something like the Icon box where you can have the option to have 2 outrider kind of wheels to support that outside corner.
Yeah, but then of course, look how much bigger the Icon is over the U.S. General too.
That's a lot bigger. The General's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it is pretty heavy, but I'm looking at, I've seen how big that Icon end locker is, and it's almost double the size.
Yeah, it's an end closet. It's an end locker.
Yeah, it's an end closet. Yeah, but I mean, I can understand why they would put wheels and everything up underneath that. Yeah, that's a lot more weight there.
Yep.
So you're going to have better support for it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the look and layout on the Icon.
Oh, it's fabulous. It's the whole system's great, but it's a lot of money and it's a lot of space.
It's a lot of space, a lot of money. I mean, I do like the fact you've got one drawer you pull out and it's designed for all your power tools. Where you can sit there and plug the batteries and stuff like that in. It's got the outlet strip. I'm going, wow, that I like. But then you get over to the U.S. General on the 72-inch, they've got it also.
There's a power drawer on the U.S. General?
On the 72-inch. I don't know if there is one on the 56. I'd have to go and look again.
Yeah.
But I believe the 72-inch has one.
I didn't know that. I'll be honest. I found that the power drawer for me, and maybe it's just because I have so many batteries and stuff, it just wasn't worth my time. I liked the deep drawer for, had like the holsters for the different tools in there, and you could vary the size. You could have a bigger one and a smaller one. I liked that. And right. I didn't mind having a drawer to have batteries in, but then I've got a whole charging station over there because I have every charger known to man. So, but I'm just special like that.
And how many different brands do you have?
All of them. I don't have Festool, and I don't have Metabo, and I think I've got about everything else that normal people might have. No, I don't have Hilti. I don't have Hilti either, but I've got a Bosch, and I've got a bunch of Makita, and I've got some Milwaukee, and I got some DeWalt, and I don't have any Porter cable. I refuse to allow Porter cable in my shop. I even have a Black & Decker. I've got a Skill, Cobalt, all the Harbor Freight stuff. I even have a Master Force from Menards.
So that's something we don't have down here is Menards.
That's stupid. We don't have them out here. And, I did a video of a walkthrough of Menards when we were outside Chicago, and the video is really shaky for some reason. I don't know what happened. So that's why I haven't posted it, which sucks because it's an amazing store. I love shopping at Menards, but I need to find a way to go retake that video.
Right. Crystal, can you please bring me that box that came in from Amazon? I need to show Jeff. Please. Yeah, I got it she ordered something from Amazon and it came in. It's like, okay. And it was only because of you.
Because of
that I
me.
got it. Yeah, it was because of you that I want to, that we were both watching the video and everything. And I told her, ooh, those are nice. She goes, really? You want them? I go, be nice to have them. So she wound up ordering.
I got to tell you, there's so many wives out there who I think I'm on their hit list for. You made my husband spend money. I'm like, I didn't do it. I just happened to mention something was out there.
Yep. But yeah, all I know is, like I said, this was, I think, about 2 weeks ago. I think it was on Deals of the Week.
Oh, I'm intrigued now.
Yeah. Now, see, the weird thing about it is I don't have an Amazon account. I don't shop Amazon. Okay? I know there's tons of people out there that love it. I'm an eBay guy. Okay? I love going to eBay. I mean, that's where I started at. That's where I feel comfortable as far as looking for stuff. Amazon is like, really? Nah. That's where, to me, that was for all the weird stuff. Everything I like is over at eBay.
I'm on both. We use Amazon a lot up in Montana because there's just no good shopping near where we are.
Right.
And rather than making the run up over the mountains to the next town, to the big city, as it were, so we just order off of Amazon. But I order like almost all my automotive stuff when I'm looking for parts and stuff comes off of eBay.
Right, because I know that right now I've got till the end of next month to get the Y-Glide tagged and inspected. Well, I've got one thing on it that's going to keep me from getting it inspected. Since I don't have a place to park, garage to park it inside, it sits outside. Well, unfortunately, the digital odometer got wet. And it doesn't read anymore.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, fun part is he has an eBay account, not Amazon.
Yeah.
I have Amazon, but not eBay. Now, do remember there is something else in here that you're going to be using that's not tool related.
News to me. I got a bonus. Okay. And no, the package has not been opened yet.
Well, it was opened enough for me to get my hand in to bring it out off the porch.
And do you hear Jeff is intrigued now? Oh,
don't be intrigued. It was his money.
And Jeff, and by the way, okay, you were talking about knives and everything last night.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is from Crescent. This is the part of the 2-pack that Cobalt had for their Black Friday,
something like that.
For their Black Friday sale, and I'm trying to get it where you can see.
No, you're getting told, shut up, put the knife down, open.
I'm sorry, I can't get the screen any bigger on my phone here.
Oh, just what I wanted.
Had a little bit of practice doing that.
Okay, so I know this is mine.
That's yours.
That's mine. Simple, magic, flat mop. I don't know how to operate those.
Well, you're going to learn.
Yeah.
Because
I can't read it. I can't read the instructions. It's in a different language.
Sweetheart, if my 18-year-old kid can use a broom and a mop, so can you. Which, speaking of children, him calls.
And
I'm gone.
He's already off work?
Yeah, he went in early, remember, because of the BS that's going on with his paycheck.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we'll go retrieve the brat.
The tall one. Yeah. He makes your children look short. He's 6'5".
Oh my God.
He makes Jeff look short.
Well, I make you look short.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, she's got a cousin that's what, 6'8"?
I got 2 of them.
And then what, 6'7"?
2 of them that are 6'8", and I look most people dead on because I'm 6'1". Them, I'm like, hi. My son, I'm like, I lift my eyes and look at him, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, my little brother is 6'6", and it's it's just not right.
Yeah. Oh, and knife that you were showing last night.
Yeah.
This is mine. If I can hold it correctly.
Nope. that one just pops. All right.
Yeah. That's how easy it is to open it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just. Oops. Didn't put enough on that one. Okay, and it does say sharp. I mean, now I do have to sharpen it some every now and then because I use it at work. But we gotta be careful. There's a different bag inside. I don't need to cut.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta avoid. I keep using my knives to break down cardboard, and that just, man, it's like nothing dulls it just as fast as that.
Well, you know, where I work at and everything, you know, we do the spray painting on different types of screws.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they bounce out of the boards or on the floor and everything, and we got the solid wheels. Cart runs over it with about 500-600 pounds. Screw or whatever gets stuck in the wheel. I'm using this to dig them out with. Okay. Now I was using. Whoa. But okay, beforehand, I'm gonna make myself big so you can see it a little bit easier.
There we go.
Yeah, but beforehand I was using this knife. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the one that you should recognize.
Well, look. Oh, my screen's something's blurry. I can't see what is it? It's a flipper.
It's Harbor Freight.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Harbor Freight.
Flip knife?
They were. I know that they decided to kind of stop having them.
Yeah, well.
But, I mean, I don't know how good you're going to be able to see it, okay? This is a crescent knife. This is a Harbor Freight. Can you see the difference in blade thickness?
Not really.
There's a big difference between the two. And that crescent, it was, I'm going to put myself small again. But for what Lowe's was doing, they were offering a 2-pack of these, I think, for $15. And it's like, okay, I mean, I carry the red one with me. The black one I still have in the toolbox. All right, this is what got from Amazon that Jeff was talking about.
All right, what is it?
It's the multi-tool from Amazon. All the blades. Yeah, it's all the different.
The multi-tool pack, yes.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I've got a multi-tool finally. I actually have the Cobalt one. And I tell you right now, I really do like it. I mean, this is quite. I will admit, this is several and quite a bit of the bits and everything, or the blades. Yeah. And I mean, there's some. Looks like a 240 sanding disc in large and in small. It's like the hook and loop. So that's very nice. And to be honest, I really don't remember how much these were. But I know
They
they
weren't
weren't
too
that.
bad. I did a lot of research trying to find like the best the largest pack per dollar you could get,
Right.
and it was pretty high up there.
I mean, I don't remember, like I said, how much this set was. But since I do have a multi-tool finally, because and the main reason I got it is because of Lowe's, and they were offering, they were running that special where you buy the 2-pack batteries for $149 with the fast charger. You get all these different tools for free. That multi-tool was one of them. So I was like, the only one I wish I'd done was the impact ratchet wrench. I did get the regular ratchet from Cobalt.
Yeah.
But they right. I looked at that. I'm going, I don't need another ratchet wrench. I mean, it's got the big head. I don't need that. I didn't realize it was an impact 3/8 ratchet.
Yeah, it's about the only one out there that's really in that size that's putting out real power.
Right. And I've seen videos on that, and that thing is comparable to, I think, the Milwaukee.
Oh, it's better than the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee's a 12-volt. And
well, they've actually got one in, I think, the M18 fuel.
I'm pretty sure they don't actually. They've because I'm pretty sure all the ratchets are in 12 volt, limited to the 12-volt series.
Okay.
Because
all I know. Go ahead.
I say because the guys over at Torque Test Channel did a comparison on the two. Because I remember talking to them about it before they did it, and they were stunned that there weren't more options out there.
Right. Well, there's a guy out there called Project Farm.
Yep,
and
I know him.
Right. I think he's even done a test on it. And it's like, wow. I mean, he actually had the Cobalt going against him. And I think it was a Milwaukee that took #1 spot with the Cobalt being in second.
Really? I'll have to see if I video because I'm surprised about that.
Yeah. I mean, but the Cobalt was not that far behind. I mean, price-wise, Cobalt is better priced. It's lower cost than the Milwaukee. And to me, I mean, I know you like talking about the Milwaukee, DeWalt, all the different brands. Okay. To me, the main reason why I like my Cobalt is the cost on it and the warranty. That's the two things that is a driving force for me. And I always say, if it's, it's your choice as far as what tool you want to get. Okay, if you want to go to Harbor Freight and buy the Hercules, go for it. I don't have a problem. If you want to go buy Hilti, Proto, Snap-on, Mac, that's your choice also. I mean, I know everybody likes different ones.
We try to be mostly brand agnostic around here. I mean, I've got Protos, I've got Harbor Freight, I've got SK, I've got a bunch of Gear Wrench, power tools. I've got about everything that's out there. So
right.
It's, but I'm a little lucky because of what I do here. It allows me flexibility a lot of people don't have. But
right.
From what I've seen, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there was a huge gap in the level of performance in products. Mm-hmm. That gap now is getting smaller each and every day.
Right. And one thing I will admit that, say, 20, 25 years ago, I walked into a Harbor Freight.
Duncan,
and
sorry. You got to move. Duncan, you have to move. Can you grab that box? Sorry, the wife's pulling in. and Duncan's
Ah,
claiming he doesn't have to move.
ah. Oh, good. Finally get a chance to see Mrs. the Bear.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say about with Harbor Freight is about 20, 25 years ago, you'd walk into it, and to me, I mean, just my opinion, quality of their tools and stuff like that were crap. I did not see the quality and the way they were made like they are now. That's one thing I've noticed is that Harbor Freight, and because of you, I've started going back into them, and I'm going, hold it. These things, they don't feel like the cheap Chinese knockoff that say Taiwan or China on them,
Yeah.
and very, very cheaply made. There's a little one.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. A little tired, but good.
Yeah.
But think about it. Back a long time ago, and you're probably old enough to remember this because I am. There was a day where made in Japan meant it was junk.
Yep.
I could buy that
Yep.
made in Japan stuff, and then made in Japan was like now it's like top tier. That's good stuff. And then it was made in Korea. Well, that's just junk. You're not gonna buy it. But you get a Samsung, something like that. Those are top tier, electronics and stuff. And made in
Toshiba.
Taiwan was the junky stuff, and now made in Taiwan's got some real quality to it.
Right.
So things change with time.
Oh yeah. And like I said, beforehand, what you would find to me, what you would find in Harbor Freight, to me it was just pure junk. I wouldn't, spend the money on it. I mean, we used to have we had these tool trucks that would travel from town to town. I'm not talking the Snap-on, Matco, Cornwall. We're talking about 18 wheeler, and they would bring in all these different types of tools, and they'd go to a small town, set up at a hall or something like that. Yeah, you could buy a 30-piece socket set and everything for $10. But the quality on them, you could
It was about the
tell.
same kind of quality stuff there that Harbor Freight had, right?
Right. It was about the same thing, made, and some of them were actually saying made in Japan. And I remember there was a wrench. I wound up getting it, and first time using it, I bent the thing. I didn't break the wrench. I bent the wrench. I mean, that's just the way the quality. But it's been over 3 years since I started watching you, and like I said, that's what got me going back into Harbor Freight. It's like, really, they've got quality tools now, and after seeing them, it's like, wow, these are good. They're they are made real good. Now, I'll admit there are some things, and I know you said it. There's things that Harbor Freight does have this junk still,
Oh yeah.
but they have turned it all around. And Bryce, no, they don't make outboard motors. Give them time, they
That's
might.
cool.
Yeah, give them time, they might make some.
Hey man,
But
I'm getting the sign from my wife that she needs me to help her with some stuff. I think they brought a bunch of stuff.
can
So
you
I gotta-
please tell her? Can you tell her to come over at least say hi, real quick?
She's talking to the neighbor right now, so I can't.
All right.
But,
Well, tell her I said hi.
I will. You all take care, man. Shine on.
All right, shine on. All right. Well, good. Hopefully, we can start getting some more information soon. Y'all bear with me. As Cajun likes to say, I'm going to lean off the dock. Be right back. I had a lot of drink today. Hey, shut up. All right, I apologize for that. All right, see who all's wanting to bug me. Yeah, Briggs, that's the thing. Yeah, stuff back then. Yeah, that was too. They just didn't make. I mean, I've got a couple little handheld boxes and everything over here. Okay. I'll put the link out there if anybody wants to pop up. Bryce Lane might. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, give them time. Okay, give Harbor Freight some time, and yeah, they probably will. And thank you, Bryce. And that's one thing about with Jeff and everything. I'm trying, since he already knew about the ghost and everything, just trying to get some information, and he's got more inside connection with Harbor Freight than I do. And where everybody else is getting their information at, I don't know. But like I said, he's got pretty good connections there. But yeah, a Bauer cordless trolling motor. What voltage would you want that in, Scott? Would you want that in the 20? I try to, Bryce. That I definitely try. I mean, it's coming around as far as connections and stuff like that. Well, it's kind of hard and difficult, since I have a day job. So I really don't have time for the connections as far as be able to reach out to anybody like that. I wish I did. But you got to consider a lot of these people, kind of like Jeff, that's what they do. That is their day job. I mean, as far as doing the YouTube. And so he's got the time. That's how he's able to get the connections. Yeah. What's up, Joseph? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. You could do 2 batteries. Now it's kind of like that push mower I've got. They're saying it's a 24 volt, but it takes two batteries for it. So it's actually a 48 volt, but it's 24. So you probably, they could probably do something like that. Now that someone's mentioned it, well, we could, put a little bugging their development people for Harbor Freight. Maybe they might now want to see about doing stuff. I do know that they do all kinds of different things for trailers. I know they have boating. Here comes Briggs.
Having fun?
Yeah. So where are you off to tonight?
I ain't off to no one. I'm sitting from my house doing paperwork.
We'll get out of the bathroom.
This ain't no bathroom, buddy. This is a semi.
Well, usually when someone's sitting doing paperwork, that means they're in their If they say they're in their office, that means they're in the bathroom.
Not that kind of office, Maynard.
Just trying to give you a hard time.
Get your mind out of the gutter, old man.
That's a hard subject. I mean, the walls are so damn tall and everything. It's hard for me to get out. And it doesn't have an end on that way. It doesn't have an end on that way.
Yeah, you old fart.
No steps or anything like that.
This is what I hate. I got to keep all this paperwork for 6 months. Pain in the butt. Yeah, I filled up today. You standing up or sitting down?
I'm sitting down, or should I lay down?
You might want to lay down and get some butt lube.
Uh-oh. How bad did it hurt?
Because mind you, I got to pay for my own diesel fuel now.
Wow. That's hurting the pocketbook. Let me take a guess. Hang on.
Now I'm going to tell you what I got.
I'm going to say 1,100.
No, not that bad, but I got 61 gallons of fuel. Okay?
Okay.
And I got a gallon and a half of DEF diesel fuel.
Right.
The reefer fuel I don't pay for. They do. They have to pay that. They pay for because that's theirs. I only got 5 gallons of reefer fuel.
I still got a fine place around here that's got that.
Well, my total today was $461, $354 for fuel, $21.79 for DEF, and $46 for reefer, something like that.
Well, that's still cutting in the pocketbook.
Not too bad. Don't bother me. Could be worse.
A set screw? You should be able to go to almost a hardware store and get one of those.
God, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a set screw for the parking brake on the trike and everything. I've got to get replaced. So all I got to do is, and I checked from Harley. They're telling me almost $300 for that damn thing. Not the set screw, but the whole parking brake assembly. I'm going, I don't need the whole assembly. All I need is the little cap and everything that has a set screw go into it. Yeah, so I'm fixing to get it drilled out and retapped.
I believe it.
Yeah. So I'll be pulling that out and getting that all done.
I just love how some of these places, how they are, some of them though. The prices on them are ridiculous.
Yeah, well, like someone told me years ago, that HD, it don't stand for Harley Davidson, it stands for hundreds of dollars. It's like that green paint on them tractors. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for the green paint and the name. You ain't paying for the tractor.
They tell you something. It's no different from my Audi in some ways. I mean, but the Audi's a high dollar car too, you know.
Yep, that's true.
I like that. I mean, some people say, yeah, but they're money pits. You know, I look at, people can call me crazy. I've been called that. Some people call me stupid.
Hey, Briggs,
crazy. Thank you.
You should call you crazy.
That's right. I know I'm crazy. But I ain't stupid. You know? It's like here. They were throwing these away at the dollars at Pilot. I took a case of them.
Why were they
They're throwing
throwing them
right-
away?
Because they're out of code in 2 days.
Really?
Yep.
So they're going to be expiring in 2 days, and they were going to get rid of them.
Yep. They have to by law.
Guess
Guess what? The frozen pizzas. That one. I just got that one. That one there I left out. The other ones are still in the freezer underneath the bunk.
Renegade on the trike. Yeah, it's a heavy bike. Most of your touring bikes that are two-wheel, you're looking at about 700-800 pounds just for the bike. The trike itself being so much bigger and heavier, it's right around 1,300 pounds. So you want that extra. That's why they put the parking brake on them, is to make sure that, you know, you've got that way of making sure it stays. And on top of that, when you go to start a bike, it don't matter if it's 2 or 3 wheels. You always make sure it's in neutral to start it.
Oh my God. That should, if anybody's stupid enough to start a bike without make sure it's in neutral, they deserve what they get.
Well, I know a lot of people that, they'll put it in gear and to start it and everything. Now, if you try and start it with it in gear, you go and hit that button, it's not going to do anything. You pull in on the clutch, yeah, you can sit there and start it. But you're also able to feel the bike trying to move at the same time, even if you've got that clutch all the way engaged. Or
same thing with this.
Yeah. But in order to start the bike and make everything, less strain on the drive system, it's best to make sure it's in neutral. That I don't know. He and I need to have a talk.
Who's that?
Juan.
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Need to have a word with him.
I think it's yeah, it's amazing what people are idiots for the most part. I mean, there's one thing being crazy like me, but when you're an idiot, I don't have no respect for you.
Got everybody and their brother talk or mention stuff now.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a notice in the town on my truck.
What's that?
About 20 people are complaining about it on the street.
And
they asked me not to park here anymore, and I said, show me the law that I can't.
Yep.
This is a blue collar, 100-year-old neighborhood. I'll tell you how old, I can give you an idea how old this street is by just by the name. It was named after a president that died.
Wow.
Within 2 years. And the president that died's name was Cleveland.
Oh, Grover?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a house on this street that was built in 1843.
Wow. That is old.
It's not a high dollar neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and you know what's funny for the people that are complaining? On
What's
one
that?
side, and there's two, and are my tenants.
Oh,
In other words, they live in
Later,
my house and
Christmas
they're
Eve.
complaining.
I'm here. I'm just outside in the car. It's dark.
Tell me that
How's it
don't take
going?
balls.
Say, Lee.
That's wrong.
There
I
it
mean, they're complaining that their landlord has his truck parked there.
They don't
I
want it
mean-
on the street. They don't like it on the street because they say, you know what I told my tenants? I'll fix that. I'm going to pave your front yard next year, the very front yard, and park in front of your, back it up to your bedroom window. How's that? The only one that ain't complaining is the 70-year-old lady. I can pave their front yard and make it a driveway, park it in their front yard, and put it on the front, landlord
Yep.
parking only. How do you think they'd like that?
They wouldn't like it. I mean, it's your property. You've got a right to do with it what you want.
It's legal.
Yeah.
It's legal. The only thing and if they are stupid enough to fight it, the judge is going to look at them and say, well, you don't like it, end your lease. And if they're in a
No, they ain't
1
got
year or
leases. I go month to month. Once they complete 2 years, I can just go, evict them. The one that's complaining actually is the last guy that I allow to have a dog. I could just say no dogs, and they could say, and then he can't, and being he could not come and say, well, it's for what's that? What is that loophole they try now?
grandfathered in.
No.
They can.
They want companion, emotional support bull crap.
Yeah.
They couldn't use emotional support because the dog ain't emotional support.
He would have to have
I mean,
he would have to have that
Have it prior
paperwork.
emotional.
Yeah.
You can't go backwards and say prior emotional support.
Mhm.
I mean, to me, it's your property. You should have the right to do with it how you want. I mean, to me, if you want to kick all of them out and tell them, hey, you've got 30 days to move out because I'm.
You can't do that. You got some things, but if I want, I told the guy, I told the building, I asked him, what's your least favorite color? Do you think the building would look good years ago? Because I asked their opinion. Everyone said paint anything but purple or pink. Hell, I got the balls. It's aluminum siding. I'll go out there and paint that thing hot pink.
Here you go. Here's the color.
Oh God, that would drive. Could you imagine that? That's like purple pink to me, but I'm partially colorblind. I'll paint a hot pink. Say, hey,
Hey,
that'd be badass.
Hey, Briggs, paint it hot pink with Harbor Freight green.
No, I got better than that, Peter. How about hot pink with purple trim?
Cool.
The overhang purple, the windows purple, and the body of the house hot pink. Man, you'd be embarrassed to bring your dog in your house. You'd be embarrassed to bring your dog in the house. You'd cover could you imagine if Crystal painted the house hot pink with purple trim? You'd be embarrassed to drive your geezer glide in the backyard. You'd be putting on a face mask going, what else? You'd be mowing your lawn at midnight, buddy.
I wouldn't have it pink. I'd have it dark purple with lighter purple accents.
I couldn't do that though, because that would make the air conditioner run like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You got. I mean, I'm the one that pays. I don't pay the gas electric bill, but that would drive their costs up immensely. I'm not that much of a prick,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll tell you what. It's kind of funny. I can't show you, but behind that house used to be a trucking terminal. Believe it or not, there used to be a candy factory behind the house directly across the street from me.
Wouldn't doubt it.
I'll have to take an aerial view of it and I'll send it to Maynard, the messenger. The factory is still there. They used to back semi trucks down that driveway. I said, I'll just pave the back. I'll just put a parking spot in the backyard and pull it right behind your back door. And they said, you can't. When we lease the property, it's our property. Really? There's no yard back there. It's all woods. I haven't cut it back in 20 years.
Yep.
There's nowhere in the lease says you have use to the yard. There's 4 sheds out there for 4 tenants, and they're all lined up in the road. They don't have there's nothing back there. It's the use of the incomplete part of the building. It's actually a wood lot. It's overgrown. It's not overgrown. There's paths through there, and you can. Hell, I can just go in there, cut down a bunch of trees, and put a parking spot there, and put a big garage back there, and put all 4 of my cars. That's what I plan on doing, anyways.
I mean, it's your
Yeah,
land.
as long as yep. The guy can fight it all he wants, but you have to go line by line in that lease. He's gonna have to go line by line to find a loophole.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Have you tried that mower out yet, Mater?
Do what, William?
Have you tried that mower out yet?
No, not yet, because by the time
The grass probably is just starting to grow.
it is in some areas, and of course I got it Saturday, and of course my gout kind of started flaring up on me Saturday night, so I didn't do much Sunday. And luckily for me, I was taking them big old horse pills.
Horse pills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know
They give
what?
me-
My
Yeah, I'm taking
My
Crystal's, her 800 milligram ibuprofen.
Yeah, those things suck. There's only one thing worse than gout, though.
What's that?
Irritable bowel.
Oh no.
I got it.
That
I
in
I don't want to
Washington.
deal with anybody.
What's that?
So we've already got that in Washington.
Yeah, not that kind. I got the real thing. I tell people my cousin just found out he has it, and he's 47. No, he's 2 years younger than me. So he just turned 51, and he says, "How did you put up with this? How do you deal with this?" I said, "I've been dealing with it my entire life." So
To you, it's normal. Dealing with it is normal. To him, it's a whole new setup that he's not dealt with.
Yep.
he's never
like,
had.
I'm deal.
He couldn't believe it. It runs in the family. Our grandmother had it. My father had it. You know, sometimes you're running for dear life to the bathroom, and other times you're not.
What's up, Thomas? Glad you made it. Better late than never.
I deal with with a bad back, and I've dealt with that since fifth, 6th grade. And I mean, that's why on the earlier live streams when he and I first got together, I'm up here for 10, 20 minutes, and then I'd put my avatar on like you are, and I'll lay down. And that's because back is killing me, and I need to decompress it.
No, I did. Believe me, the town wants me to be nice. I asked him if I could park it out back behind the town hall building then, because we got the fire department, police department right next to each other. I asked him if I could park it behind that, right? Because there's always someone parking there, the fire department or something. You know what I mean? It's a public parking lot, and they said, you can park your truck there. I mean, your pickup truck there, or car there, but not the semi. I said, why? It's a public parking lot. You said so. It's open. That theoretically, I can park a car there. Yep. So give me one rational explanation why I cannot park this truck there. I said, just give me one. You can't.
Yep.
And that's normal. It's called government.
Yep. Called red tape.
No, they're afraid that someone else that would drive truck that would want to park it there. I said they couldn't get a trailer back there. It's just a bobtail.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you know, as I put it, I own, in plain and simple math, I own about over almost $1 million worth of almost paid for property in this town. That may not seem like a lot to, I mean, you think about it, that the apartment building across the street, I didn't pay. It's $200,000. No, I didn't pay $200,000 for it, but that's what that property is valued at. I mean, $500,000. Excuse me. The one down the street I bought is worth depends on who you ask, anywhere from 70 to 270 to 300,000. I paid $78,000 for it. I mean, and I own 2 more houses on this street that have been empty for about 5 years now because just in the middle of getting them renovated and that, you know what I mean? Yep. And I'm paying somebody to do it. You can only, you know, you collect so much money from rent and you put it into another building, you know.
Yeah.
Some people think I'm a millionaire. Well, yeah, you could say I am, but there's only one difference. And they go, what's that? Is what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not a millionaire. It's just all my money's tied up. I mean, yes, I could theoretically, I could spend it.
Yours is land money. You're a land millionaire. Most of yours is in land and property.
Actually,
I invested in something.
Mine, I got $900,000 into a bank account. I had $1 million until last year when my father died. I had $1 million cash. You know, so when certain people talk crap in the, you know who I'm talking about, thinking I live like a pauper because because when I turn 62, 63, whenever I feel like retiring, whenever I get tired of work, and I'm actually sick of working now, but you know, not ready yet. I mean, I could, but I ain't ready. When I'm ready to go, I mean, if I want to and live if I wanted to, I could live off the rent. I've told you what some of the rent is. I could live off just the rent.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I could live good, but I don't want to live good. I want, if I want to be able to live to where I get up in the morning, and that's the reason why I bought this last truck, is because when that truck's paid for, or I told when that truck's paid for, what I shouldn't say what it's paid for. They'll only let me run it till it has 800,000 on it. Then I either have to buy a new one or use one or go 100% company. But that's all right. That's what I plan on doing, because I bought that truck used from them for $25,000.
That's not bad.
No, but how much? If you had to buy something like that right now, how much would it be?
$178,000.
So
brand new.
So you got a good deal.
How many miles did it have on it?
Yeah, 568,000. And I'm averaging, I mean, let's just put it this way. I go to the same place every day. I drive 200 miles out, 200 miles back. So a 6-hour day, and I'm getting paid on $1,900 a day.
Right.
Nice.
Yep.
In the wrong business.
And that's and then it costs $400 a day for fuel, so $1,500 a day.
And of course, Briggs, you're the kind of person you wouldn't know what to do if you were retired. It drives
What's
you
that?
nuts. You would go nuts just sitting at the house not having anything to do. You were retired.
Come on, have you ever seen me stand still on a live stream?
Nope.
No, not even when you were at home for the night.
I am home for the night.
I know, but you're not sitting still. You're either if you're on the couch, you're doing something, or you're petting Maggie and stuff like that. You're still moving, even though you're sitting down.
Yeah.
Me sit down.
Hey, it's a miracle, but we've seen it occasionally.
Yep.
Hey, people wonder why I'm single right at the moment. Well, if you think about it, it's because no one can keep up with me.
Yep. That's kind of like, you know, when I was sick and everything, when I had the Kung flu and everything back in January. You can ask Crystal. I wasn't really, you know, laying in bed that much. I was up doing stuff.
No, put it this way. I think I was on one live stream I think it was like 2 years ago. And I was actually on someone's stream. I was sicker than a dog, and someone made a comment. They said that's the longest they ever see me sit still.
I can believe it.
Because I don't sit.
Yep.
I can't stand still. You know how many women get scared of me? They say the same thing. They say they swear good thing you don't do drugs. You run around like you're on meth or crack. I said I can assure you I'm not.
Yep. That's kind of like, you know, Crystal, you know, she likes having her energy drinks and everything. And with me being the way I am, you know, she goes, why don't you try one? I go, okay, you see how I bounce off the walls right now? You want me going through the walls? Goes,
well,
no.
they say it's because I drink so much caffeine. I don't drink much caffeine. I drink, believe it or not, decaffeinated coffee. I can't drink the regular coffee. If I drank high test, who was it singing? Oh, what a feeling, dancing on the ceiling.
Yep.
I'd be doing the 80s disco on the ceiling. You know, and the only thing I drink that's got caffeine is soda. I drink 2 cans of soda a day on it.
Yep.
No, hell. The last thing he would want to do is take one of those energy drinks. Put it this way, those energy drinks, no offense, they're going to destroy your teeth. Ask me how I know.
Because you're the same way like me. Yep.
I used to do the same thing. Not the energy drinks, but I used to fill up the back end of I had a full size, when my old green Monster in the back, I had a tonneau cover on the top, and I put it on backwards. And I had a button that would press open the hydraulic. I literally put it on backwards because when I needed the bed, I just took it off. The reason why I put it on backwards, I had a sliding window, and I'd literally press the button. It'd open up at a traffic light, and I'd throw pop bottle in there. And when the pop bottles couldn't fill it anymore, I'd take them back. I used to fill the back end of that 8-foot bed with pop bottles in about a week and a half. If I had $1 for every gallon of Coke, and it did, and everyone says it's caffeine. I proved it to somebody, a doctor, because he told me he don't know what my metabolism. I says I could drink nothing but water and milk, we'll say, for a week straight, and I'd still bounce off the wall. It's just the way I am. But when I lay my head down at night, forget it. I'm a dead man.
That was Saturday night. I finally went to sleep around 12, and the next thing I know, I woke up around 4:30, and I look, okay, the dog's gone, so the kid is home from prom.
Yep.
And I laid back down. The next thing I know, Sunday morning, it was 9 o'clock.
Yep. And of course, you know, Saturday we were on a live stream with somebody, and I'm out here in the garage, and my foot was starting to hurt and everything. I went inside. I took one of them pills, and all I know is that someone was going, "Is he snoring?" Yeah.
Who?
I'd lay down. Right.
Yeah,
but
he
yeah,
snores.
I went out.
Yeah, it's you know, I got a high metabolism. My boys have.
Well, I've got
and
one
believe it or not. I do. I mean, it's like, you know, that's part of the reason why, you know, I bet. Oh, who was it? One channel's white blocked me from, like I told you who, Wolf man, blocked me because
yeah.
She made a comment. One time I was on one of his morning live streams, and he goes, and they happened to get a glimpse of my house. They say, your house is cluttered. Yeah, it is. I go, and I go, so clean it. I said, ain't wintertime. Not saying I don't clean it, but that's when you get bored. It ain't now. I mean, I clean up now. I clean up in the winter, but it was during the summertime. Said when I get a day off, when I work for FedEx at night, I'd get home in the morning. I couldn't go to bed till noon. I'd walk the dog, play and mow the lawn, cut the grass, go out there, change oil on my car, or go or do something. Noon, 1 o'clock. Hell, one time I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the alarm went off at I want to say 7:30, but I was already up at 5.
And
What's that?
Bryce, I'm interrupting on comments. Renegade, he's heard himself snore because I woke him up, and he's when he's heard that waking up, he knows he snores. Bryce,
I keep saying I don't
fishing.
snore.
You want to talk to Cajun? Not Cajun knows a lot about fishing and stuff, so you want to talk to him.
Yeah. But Renegade, I keep telling her I don't snore. It's my impersonation of my Harley. That's a Harley just sitting there idling.
Oh, brother.
Where's mine?
Yeah, that's what I say. And you got a 9-minute warning.
Yep, I know.
So.
So Renegade says I haven't heard myself snore, so I don't snore. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
He's heard himself because he has woken himself up snoring, and that was before I got with him.
I'll tell you a story. This will make you laugh. Nobody snore. My father. We used to call him. My Uncle Barry. We call him Grizzly Bear because he used to have a big hairy beard and that. He shaved off finally, but once a grizzly bear, always a grizzly bear. He looked like a grizzly bear. But my father, before he had COPD and that, we kind of knew he was going to have breathing problems even in his 30s and 40s. That man had sleep apnea, and he snored. When he stopped snoring, my mother and my stepmother had to elbow him to wake him up, because we knew he'd stopped breathing. Always had that problem. Yeah. Oh, I was about 24, 25. I'd just gotten home, and I had a girlfriend in the front seat. We were going to go out to my camper, my garage apartment that was in the garage out back. And anyways, she went and got out of the car. She got out of my truck, the old green monster I have, and she heard this loud noise and ran back in the truck, shut the door. She says, "There's a goddamn bear in your front yard." Summertime, windows open.
Dad.
Oh my God. I started laughing. I said, "That's my old man. That is not your father." Bullshit. No one snores that loud. So I took her, I opened up the front door, took her in the house, up the stairs, and opened up the door. My stepmother was in there. She goes, "What are you doing?" She was in there watching TV. And I said, and I told her what was going on. She started to laugh. "He ain't snoring now." She said, "Wait a minute." And all of a sudden he just says, oh my God, I thought she was good. She didn't believe me until she actually saw him do it. Then my father woke up. Who's there? Who's there? And all of a sudden my stepmother goes, "Go back to sleep." "Oh, how about a cigarette?" "Okay." And she just said, "Here, smoke it for me." And he's going like this, and he was so tight. He was pretending he was smoking a cigarette in his sleep. And then he goes, if I had a buck for everything, it's a wonder he didn't burn down the house. He used to fall asleep with cigarettes in his mouth constantly. You know, we had to watch him in the living room, upstairs. He'd sleepwalk. The one time my father got up, and yes, he slept in the buff. Then, except for all year long, we finally he made a mistake. He did a few things he didn't know he did. The funniest thing he did, though, one day he'd go downstairs, make himself a big, thick peanut butter sandwich, sit in there, eat it in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, come upstairs. Well, my father went to the first door that was open. Care to guess whose door he walked into the first couple times? He climbed in bed with me one time and went to bed, and I kicked him, and I'm like, "Hey, old man, you're in the wrong bed." He goes, you know, and he'd fall asleep in there, and I'd go and tell my stepmom when I was a kid, "Will you get my old man out of his bed? I don't need to see his junk." She's like, "Oh, again? Yeah, again." She'd wake up, go in there. The one time he did it, she goes, "Oh, Bob, you want to have a little fun?" It's too late for that, my mama. "Well, I don't think your son likes you in his bed." Boom. He went from half asleep, wide awake. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He's like running across to the other side of the house. Of course, the funniest thing that time he did that, then after that, he walked into my stepsister's bedroom. Their door was open. Climbed right, I mean, and they went and told some people at school, and you know, they're making out like my father was something he wasn't. It was like he was a sleepwalker. We just finally got used to it. We locked our doors at night because he'd go like this, walk around. The first door was unlocked. He was sleepwalking. Don't mean he was a wacko or nothing. It's just, you know, when you sleepwalk, you tend to do things you shouldn't do. And after that, until all us kids were out of the house, my stepmother and my mother, when him and my mother got back together, made him wear pajama bottoms. Because because that was the weirdest part, you know. You don't, when you wake up and you find out your old man slept walk and walk right in your bedroom. It's no fun.
No.
And he didn't do it deliberate, you know what I mean? He just came and went to sleep. I mean, that's, I bet when you're that tired, you don't know where you're going. You don't care. It's a bed's a bed. You know what I mean? You don't pay attention. But he did. It was funny, the way he'd do that. And the one time he went out, he was so tired, he slept walked himself right to the front porch, laid down on we had a couch on the front porch because our front porch was enclosed, you know, with the windows all the way around. Right. I'd sleep out there in the summertime. It was heaven, you know, 80, 90 degrees, 100% humidity. And you got an old man that has no air conditioner because he says it costs too much to run. Yeah. So you go out there in the nice summertime when the breeze was going. I'd sleep out there. Hell, I'd set up a tent in the backyard. That's the nice thing about summertime. You could do that. But anyways, long story short, he walked down the front porch, fell asleep on the front porch. Sure gave the paper boy a shock for his life when he came in, saw my old man there buck naked laying on the front porch. Oh. 4 o'clock in the morning, the paper boy felt. It's like we got notice in the Star Gazette at the time said that, can you please keep your husband off the front porch? But that ain't what the funny part was. My father worked for the Star Gazette.
Oh.
So don't think he didn't get razzed about that for a couple months.
Probably, yeah.
Because the paper boy back then was a grown man because they couldn't find any kids to do it. And so he'd walk in that morning, "Hey, Bob, make a porno on your front porch there." So he had to lock the front door on my old man from the. It was bad. I mean, he did that for years. He was still doing it till about a month before he died. He'd get up and go out there. The only difference is we locked him up. We'd find him in the laundry room, his computer room. We found him sitting on my phone. He curled up on the washer and dryer. That was probably the funniest. We should have taken a picture of that. He walked in, walked up, laid on my Mars washer and dryer. Just laid his. It was comical. Of course, in my personal favorite, when my sister came out, the last month before he died, before we actually took him to the hospital, and we found him on the kitchen counter.
Damn.
I mean, he had his pajamas on by that point, thank God. But Could you imagine waking up in the morning and finding your father laying on the kitchen counter snoring away? And we're all laughing. My sister came in, had a cup of coffee. He was sitting there, no blanket, no pillow, no nothing, just like this, his arm on the counter, just going, sawing wood. About two, I got to work. Walked in the house and it's like, what the hell? Shh, shh, shh. Wake him up. Hell no, he's sleeping like a baby. But my sister didn't dare go anywhere because if he woke up, he's gonna fall his ass off that counter. Counter is what, 36 inches off the ground, off the floor.
Yep.
And so finally, before I left, I said, we gotta wake him up because you ain't gonna be able to stop him. That's true. So I went over. I said, walked into his ear. Hey, Dad, you want some breakfast pizza? Sure. What? Where am I? He said, how the hell did I get out here? You sleptwalk. How do you think you got out here?
Yep.
And he said, and he wondered why his neck hurt.
Yep. All right. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so I need to get this shut down. Appreciate everybody that's showed up. It's been fun. And definitely appreciate having Jeff from Dental Tool show up so we can get talking more and, about the Ghost engine that's coming out. Hopefully soon we can get more info about it. And hopefully I can actually be the channel that actually shows it for the first time live, not just pictures as far as what Harbor Freight's had on their website and everything. Well, like I said, I appreciate everybody that's been here. I gotta get going because that way I got things I gotta finish up tonight. Of course, we got trash in the morning, so I gotta get that done.
That's what stepkids are for.
Are you kidding?
I thought. Now.
No, like I said, there's other things I need to get done. Renegade, you can always come up Wednesday. I'll be going live Wednesday. I don't see a problem me doing it Wednesday night. You can always do it then. But anyways, I gotta get going. Appreciate everybody that's been here. Like I said, it's been fun. So until then, everybody stay safe and God bless.
Where did I put